At 5 on Your Health tonight, banning certain chemicals from school lunches. New legislation now under review in California could also change what your child eats. Here to explain, Dr. Scott Hadland, Chief of Adolescent Medicine at Mass General for Children. Dr. Hadland, good to see you.
Good to see you too.
All right, so let's start, Dr. Hadland, with the list of 6 chemicals. We're going to put them on the screen here. They are all food dyes that you might find in cereals, ice cream, drinks, and even cheese-flavored chips. What's the concern about food dye?
Well, these food dyes across a range of studies have been linked to one key symptom of ADHD, and that's hyperactivity. So, kids who are hyperactive will be described by their teachers or by their parents as being fidgety, unable to sit still, having a difficult time focusing and being involved in classroom activities without being disruptive. And ADHD affects a lot of kids, maybe as many as 1 in 10 kids across this country. And what studies have shown is that when kids are exposed to some of these dyes, these symptoms actually appear, these symptoms of hyperactivity. And kids who struggle with symptoms of hyperactivity, when these dyes are eliminated from their diets, these symptoms actually get better. And so the drive behind this legislation is really to try to bring order to the classroom and help kids focus and learn.
So where is the FDA on all of this?
The FDA doesn't move as quickly as some advocates would like. Some of the state governments, like the state of California, actually move a lot more quickly on these issues. So as an example, red food dye number 3 is a dye that's been banned in cosmetics by the FDA across the United States since 1990 because it's been linked to certain forms of cancer. It's actually still allowed in food, according to the FDA. But California has gone so far as to say last year that it's going to be banned from all of their foods. And so, in light of this decision last year, I think many people thought that the FDA would move in that direction and start to ban food dyes as well, but it hasn't.
But I would imagine you could extrapolate from that. If California, with its 50 million odd people, does something, food manufacturers aren't going to make 2 different kinds of chip, right, to distribute in California. They're just going to get rid of the dye. Is that what we can take from this?
Well, I think that's part of the policy drive here, yes, is to try to encourage food manufacturers to shift their approach here.
All right. Well, Dr. Scott Hadland, we really appreciate you being here. Have a great weekend.
Thank you.
Thanks so much. Same to you.